Christina Shalhoub. Brought to you by the Preserve Sporting Club and Resort.
All right, everyone, I hope you've had a wonderful Thursday, but we have to talk about the meteorological elephant in the room, Hurricane Helene. You can see this storm right here next to me on the infrared satellite image, and this storm is a monster. It's hundreds of miles wide, currently moving at just about 21 miles per hour to the north-northeast. And just to put that in perspective for you, that's awfully speedy in terms of hurricane status. It actually sped up a lot from 12 miles per hour this morning, now into the 20s. And that is big bad news for the Bend of Florida, the Big Bend of Florida, where we're looking for landfall right around midnight. Now, how do we judge landfall as meteorologists? Well, we look from the center of the eye to the point of landfall. So about 145 miles until we get to that point, which gives us, again, a couple hours to go despite the speed of this storm. But I have to tell you, the biggest concerns for us are not just the speed, but also the size. Those are two things that you don't always get together. Sometimes storms are speedy but small, or really big but really slow. Both present their own challenges, but this is the worst of both worlds, and we're very concerned not just for our friends across the Gulf Coast and the Big Bend of Florida, but even inland into the Mid-South as well. We could see tremendous impacts of flooding and severe weather from a storm of this intensity. Of course, we are going to be tracking this storm throughout the evening, but I want to bring you back closer to home because, well, we might just have a couple thunderstorms of our own here. We have a cold front that's starting to move across New England, and this front's driving some showers and storms, really showers for the most part at this point, especially as we look to southern New England where there's not quite as much energy. That said, we still have some rain coming down. It's not like a tremendous amount, just like we've seen for most of September here, but we're still getting a drip and a drop here and there. Some of the more potent showers, if you will, a little further toward the coast. You can see Newport and even parts of the south coast getting a bit wet, and we're going to see more of the same throughout the evening. Now, we've not seen too much rain so far, even Pawtucket, not even half of an inch so far, which in the grand scheme of things is a decent amount, not a lot, not a little. I'd call it medium at best. Providence, 2/100 of an inch. That's like nothing. Now, overnight tonight, we are going to see more drips and drops, and we're going to get those numbers to boost up a little bit. In terms of the temperatures, well, we're going to be in the low 60s for the most part, but again, the rain is the bigger thing I'm focused on. Not just showers, but this is where a rumble or two of thunder come in as the center of our low pressure starts to push to the east, dragging the cold front with it. The cold front being closer gives us more energy, a little more oomph, if you will, and moral of the story is a couple of thunderstorms not out of the question as we move overnight. Don't be surprised if Mother Nature's alarm clock wakes you up at around midnight or so. Now, early tomorrow morning, those storms are off to the east as the cold front pushes off. We still have a couple of showers in the forecast for Friday, but that's really mostly contained to the morning, and by Friday afternoon, dare I say it, you might actually catch a glimpse of the sun. I know, who would have thought? Now, in terms of how much rain we'll end up with, Providence, not too much when it comes down to it, not even 1/10 of an inch, which is exactly on pace for how September's been so far. It's been really dry, guys. Now, less than 1/2 inch for Walpole, about an inch or so in Bristol, and Newport, not too much more to go, 3/100 of an inch. Tomorrow, on the whole, I'd call it a decent day. Again, a couple showers early, but later in the afternoon, we get a glimpse or two of the sunshine, a couple clouds stick around, and 74 degrees, a warmer day. But got to talk about what happens later in this coming week, because Helene actually comes back to bite just a little bit. Very different from what we're looking at across the Gulf Coast, but the leftover moisture essentially combines with another area of low pressure. That's going to eventually bring some more of that moisture into a front. I know it's kind of a lot, right? But all you really need to take away from this is that Wednesday into Thursday, that excess moisture from Helene might just give us a couple showers and potent storms, and we're going to keep a very close eye on it as a result. Overall, 7-day forecast looks okay. You don't have any picture perfect sunny days, but you don't have too many dreary, drippy, droppy days. You'll notice Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, a couple of clouds stick around. We get some sun. Temperatures pretty darn close to average in the low 70s and upper 60s. And again, we're watching out for that leftover moisture from Helene Wednesday into Thursday.